Hey, welcome. I'm Vanessa Moon, Pink Moon Witch, and I'm a 46-year-old autistic perimenopausal woman living here in South Brisbane, Australia. And I've been in more MLMs than I can count. Amway, Herbalife, Enagic, Sandout Cards. Twice, yeah, I went back and a bunch of others you've probably never heard of. I make anti-MLM content not to hate, remember, not to hate on individuals, but to help people wake up from the cult-like tactics, false promises, and emotional manipulation that runs through these companies. If you're in deep or just curious, stick around. I speak from experience. And before we go any further, everything I share is my personal opinion and experience. And you can see all my full disclaimers down in the description below. So today we are going to cover someone who is an ex-Modere rep. Now, the thing with Modere is it shut down very randomly. And got notes, by the way. I've got lots of notes. Oh my God, she's giving me this lady has given me some content. Anywho, so background story is Modere is an MLM and it shut down. Just boom, pulled the rug out from underneath everyone, employees, those part of corporate, as well as the distributors. Supposedly those at the tippy top, including everyone else underneath them. Everyone got the rug pull. Everyone was scrambling. Everyone just got this thrown at them. So this is her. Well, this is her reaction. This is one person's reaction from that's an ex-Modere rep, and this happened pretty quickly soon after everything. This was a very real reaction. Now, I'm using this as a case study. We're not exactly attacked at all times. This is not about Chanel. It's not about her. It's about everything she does. So basically, we're going to use this as a real world case study. I've got notes. So if I'm looking off, real world case study showing both the emotional manipulation and the cycle of victim perpetrator. So victim perpetrator, she's both. Two truths can be true at the same time. She's both the victim and the perpetrator that MLMs create. So, all right, we'll get started. We're going to pause very quickly after we get started with the video. We've got a follow up too. She's jumped ship to another MLM that I had no idea existed. It's whack-a-mole, people. It's whack-a-mole, and it's very incestuous. And there's a whole thing about it. So stick with me. It's very big a case study. She's a big one for a case study. Let's get started. Okay. We don't want to move video. We want to play it. Hey, Chanel. Let's move you back here.
Morning, everyone. Sorry, you're just going to have to excuse the voice because it's almost gone. It was coming back. Then we went out Friday night, and then yesterday happened, and it's probably put me back. So I just wanted to come on here and have a chat because it's been a really big 24 hours. And there's a few things that I just wanted to talk about and address. So firstly, I'll have a drink of water. To everyone that has sent me friends requests, tasteful messages. And when I say tasteful, bear in mind, you may not be aware that they're very tasteful, but messaging people that have just gone through a huge ordeal, like we all have just gone through, and messaging, offering your kind words, but then also offering an opportunity, that is really tasteless. Like, it's disrespectful. So please, if you're watching this and you're thinking of sending me a friend's request, I received almost 50 yesterday morning, and I've declined every single one of them. And so if you're watching and you're going to send me a friend's request, I probably wouldn't bother. You know, I'm very flattered that I've had lots of friends requests, that I've had lots of messages with people wanting me to join their businesses. But first and foremost,
I had to let that play. There's a couple of points here that anyone who's watched enough anti-MLM content will scream out. First, there's no recovery period for her illness. You've got to keep showing up. There's that. Two, it is quite a little trauma that just happened to her and a lot of people in this, especially employees. I have a ton of compassion for those on the corporate side, and especially those like this lady and everyone else that's quite lower down in the pyramid structure. So they're lower down because the ones at the tippy top, while they got at the shock of their lives, this isn't their first rodeo. None of them, this is their first rodeo. This is not their first MLM. And truthfully, you get to the point that they are and you stop being a victim. The scammed becomes the scammer. So anyway, I also wanted to point out, because this is definitely something that needs to be said, and it's a huge case study for it, because you'll notice this. You open your eyes, you'll start to see it. And at the anti-MLM community points it out so much. This happens over and over and over again. Just look back at the history, people. Even when a company out there is just got a little bit of struggle. I'm going to give a current example at this time of my recording is unique. There's a lot of people out there that are like, wow, what happened to our commissions? And whoa, hello. And now the sharks are in the water circling, going exactly like they did to this lady. Hey, hi. Oh, I heard what happened at Unique. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. But hey, did you think of my company? It's like so awesome. No. So notice how MLMs immediately, they always do, every single one of them, prey on vulnerability. The tippy top all the way to everyone else. This lady, Chanel is grieving a major loss. And instead of offering actual support, they're recruiting. This shows how normalized exploitation is in MLM culture. Okay, we're going to move on a little bit into it around this point.
I'll just come away from a conference and it was absolutely amazing. So very, very unexpected. I promised I wouldn't do this. But anyway, that just shows how passionate I am about in this industry. Okay, get yourself together, girl.
You get yourself together, girl. Okay, first things first. I had to point out this part. They just came away from a conference. But did you just hear it? The passionate about the industry. First of all, there's no such, come clap it with me, no such thing as an MLM industry. No such thing as an MLM industry. I will never, on this channel or in any of my social media or anything I cover with anti-MLM, you'll never, ever, ever hear me refer to it as MLM industry. This is not true. This gives it legitimacy if I say that, and it's not legitimate. It's not. It's a predatory, unethical, unsustainable business model. Boom. That's it. Nothing more. It's not an industry. It's not an industry, unless you call it an industry of scam artists and corporate cults. But what I really wanted to talk about is this is a key part of the grooming, by the way. This is a very key part of the grooming. Conferences create emotional highs. Think of it as an addict. I'm not kidding. Think of every single one of these people as addicts. The conferences is their drug, is a drug dealer, and they're getting their hit. And then they get their hits from other areas too in the MLM to keep them high. Also, there's a thing called LGATs, large group awareness trainings. That's something else. If you would like to go down that rabbit hole and side quest for me, you can definitely look up. If you would like me to cover it, feel free, but I think I have it in a playlist somewhere on my YouTube here. However, LGATs, large group awareness training. Look them up. Look them up. Go down that side quest, because this is a key part of MLM conferences. They're LGATs. They groom. They manufacture loyalty to the system, not the industry, the system. And they, yeah, it's all fantasy. It's all fantasy. They're basically, it's not actual success, it's fantasy that they sell. Anyway, let's move on. There's another key part of this. We'll listen to her. We'll skip through. We're going to go to another point of it. Around here.
Because I feel I've walked their path. You know, I've been on a weight loss journey my whole entire life. And I've tried everything. I've done all the potions. I've had gut health issues like you would not believe. Sorry. Yeah, I've had a lot of gut health issues myself. So when I came back into this industry, the main reason was to, first and foremost, find products that could really help me in my health and in my weight loss, which I believe I did. And the products have been game-changing for me. You know, I suffer with gastritis, IBS, reflux, GERD. I've had, just to give you a brief background of my story, I've had 2 reflux surgeries. I've had, in the past 18 years, so many tests and procedures. And my gut microbiome, honestly, was a mess. It was really bad. So in the last 3 years, I've really built up my gut and got it, you know, I haven't cured myself because, hey, I can say anything now because it doesn't matter if it's not compliant. But, you know, we never claim to cure. But the products that I was taking helped me 80% of my symptoms. Also,
I'm just going to pause. There's so much here. Screaming out at me so much in this little section. First of all, so dangerous. Every single time these MLMers touch it, it's dangerous territory to start talking about your medical history. Plus, also just, hey, Yo, you've just plastered your whole medical history online just for any random to listen to. Privacy, like, okay, privacy is not in their Hans grammar. Anyway, this is just so bad because so many medical claims in this, so many medical claims, and they because this is prime territory because you'll see it over and over and over again. The distributors, the ones that are the salespeople, the sales force for these companies, they skirt this legality all the time, especially here in Australia. Especially here in Australia, they make medical claims left, right, and center. Then go, oh, but they forget. Oh, yeah, let's put in the disclaimer there. Quick, let's put in this disclaimer. This is not meant to treat, cure, or diagnose. Blah 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 blah. Right? Ugh. Promising cures. Well, disclaiming them. Anywho, now, can I also point out, look at her instinct. I could repeat it, but I don't. But look at her instinct to say, I can say anything now because the company collapsed. Well, there's an update. It might make a comeback. Modere might make a comeback if it can. And there's no one left to punish her right now. And yet, punish her because not every company does. I'm going to say this now. Not every company does. So it's called compliance. And there's some companies that are better about it than others because this is a case study. But this is what they wish they could. So we're basically seeing the mask fall away and seeing what she really, really wanted to say. This is what the Huns and the MLMers wanted to really say and do. They would love to make all sorts of medical claims out there and just say it cured this, it prevented that, blah, blah, blah. They don't. This is dangerous. It's so, so dangerous. I don't need to go into why. Do I need to go into why? Do I need to go into why? Please, people, you can look at, there's lots of data out there that the wellness industry, now that is an industry, the wellness industry is making a ton of more money than pharmaceuticals. So this whole thing about big pharma, I'm all like, big pharma ain't big. Big wellness. The wellness industry, which the MLMs are part of, they're making the bucks. They're making a ton of cash. There's no big pharma. Pharma's small compared to how much the wellness industry is pulling in. There's data out there that supports that, by the way. But it's just interesting. Oh, I'm not going to get punished now. So she's just let it slip and let it all out there and basically told us her whole medical history. All right, we're going to skip ahead to another section I want to show off. Oop, go back. There we go.
Your gut health and your weight loss. Obviously, collagen too. Bloody love collagen. But please just know that I am doing my very best. I'm looking into a few different options right now, which is really, really exciting. So even though these products that we all have loved and been using have stopped, that's okay because there's something out there that is bigger and better, that's going to really help you, help me as well with my journey, but it's going to help you as well. And that.
Pause, mofo, pause. Oh my God. The cycle continues. The cycle continues. The cycle continues. The cycle continues. The belief that salvation is just one product away. And for her, she did skip. She did skip to another MLM. We're going to about to cover that after all this. She did skip to another MLM. Oh. Just, yeah, anyway, it's just the model wasn't questioned here at all by her. There's no At no point did this lady question the model. It's just jumping on to another opportunity. Quotation marks over that. Quotation marks over opportunity. Question the model, because this is a case study. I cannot say it again. This is a case study. This lady is just one of hundreds of thousands of people and decades long of this happening, 2 and 4. And it has happened again, and it will happen again, and it will happen again. And this cycle will continue until people question it, until people stop, take a beat, and question it. It's not the next products. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. The next section that I want to cover. Just skip ahead a bit. Oop, back. There we go.
That is my mission. That is my passion. There has been a huge spanner thrown in the works. And, it's written all over my face. The devastation that it's caused. But, I just know that there's something around the corner. I am looking out for you all, for my Modere family. I love you all. And I know there's brighter days ahead. But please, don't give up on your dreams. Like, this just shows that you never know what can happen. I'm not reading these comments. You never know what's around the corner. But please, anyone, please, no more messages. Honestly, I am all over finding amazing products that are going to help.
Oh, she would be. I don't think she would be qualifying for anything such as a bridge contract, but they do exist. And if you want to know more about bridge contracts, I will put it in the description below, a couple of videos where this has been covered. They exist. And this is why MLMs are not a fair playing field. Never a fair playing field. You will never, it's not so much you'll never make it to the top 1%, then things have got to happen, so then you can. It's very political. It's not, you've got to work hard to get there. It's not a fair playing field. And bridge contracts are a thing, and I would definitely ask you to look into them once again. Description below, you'll see the links. You can go into those videos. But nonetheless, I paused here because she is, this is classic. This is classic. Two truths can be true at the same time. This is classic. She's both the recruiter and the victim. She's both predator and prey. She's both at the same time right now. So she's been both victimized by the whole system. And by the way, I'll call it a system, not an industry, by the system, by the business model, because this is what happens. It's unsustainable. The word is unsustainable. Forget about the ethics. If you even don't care about that, it is unethical, but it's the unsustainability of it. It's not a sustainable business model. None of them are. This is going to happen and has happened and will continue to happen over and over again. These people, like Chanel, is a victim. However, where the hate comes from is the fact that myself and others hold them to account. The accountability is that Chanel here is both victim and recruiter, victim and scammer and scammed. However you want to do it. She's still grieving. God damn, this is a little T trauma for people. A little T trauma. She's still damn grieving, and she cannot help but position herself as a leader. She's still like, yo, I'm still a leader. I'm still a leader. But she actually is a follower She's not a leader at all. And she's looking out for, okay, looking out for looking out for her customers. Not her customers mostly, look, I get that, but she's paving the way for her next move. Stop buying MLM products. They're overpriced, they're overhyped, and they're full of, just like you can buy them at the supermarket, you can buy them anywhere online these days. You do not need an MLM to buy these products. There's plenty of great products out there from actual real businesses that you can support. Not an MLM. Stop buying the products. All right. Next one. 10, 20. Let's move on here. Oh, too far. There we go.
I've had influenza A, pneumonia. I don't usually swear on socials, but it's been a shit show, to be fair. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I don't do that. What you see is what you get. Today you get a hot mess, literally. Lots of tears.
Case study. Example. Case study. Okay. So all of these MLMs, all of them, every single one of them, you'll see it over and over and over again. They love to say this, to their distributors, to their sales force, be authentic, be yourself. You can be yourself online and make money, blah, 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 right? The crying, the chaos, the hot mess. Like this isn't unusual. You stick around in this space long enough, you'll see this is very typical behavior. That all this emotionality is very 100% like part of it all, and they're very emotional people, believe me. As this is their sales tool, all of them, every single one of them. This is a sales tool to them. Okay, you want to know why? I have 2 words for you. 2 words. Parasocial relationships. Repeat after me. Parasocial relationships. That's their hook. Yeah, I've made a note here. It builds parasocial relationships, making it easier to recruit emotionally vulnerable people. Because I can tell you right now, those people are the ones that are always get in on MLM, and they found community and their sisterhood, and these mentors are so awesome, and da-da-da. And I was down and out and da-da-da. You always hear how everyone was emotionally vulnerable. Every single person, every single story, they start off where there's some way there's a vulnerability. There's a vulnerability. They're emotionally vulnerable. And then the MLM person comes in at the right time, just at the right moment. Boom. Recruit. It builds because this is the other side of it. A lot of them are, well, pretty much the majority of them, from what I've seen, do the long game. They're not about the quick sale anymore. They're actually about the long game a lot more now, and they will drip upon. That's the words. That's MLM language. They'll drip upon their customers, first of all. That's why do not be a customer, because the one thing they're trying to do is build an even bigger parasocial relationship with you and hook you in, to bring you in, to recruit you, because ultimately they do not benefit from customers. If they really want to see the benefits from the system and the model, they need to recruit, or their words, enroll. Enroll them into their vision. Enroll them into their mission. They need to enroll you. Yeah, so don't fall for this. Watch out. Yes, she's been genuine in this moment. I believe her, actually. I believe that this is actually very genuine. However, there's a lot out there that's so no, smoke and mirrors, people. Smoke and mirrors. Alrighty. I'm going to finish with the last little bit here of her little life. There we go.
In the most loving way. I do appreciate it, but I'm honestly not interested. So thank you for all that have watched. Sorry for the tears, but as I said, you will only get the real me. I don't sugarcoat. I don't BS anything. I will be 100% transparent, honest, and yeah, that's it for me. I will no doubt be seeing and talking on here really soon once I've rested my voice.
All right. We're going to close that out and add to the stage something else. Yep, same lady. Anyway, we'll just finish off what she finished with. And my note that I made is this shows how the MLM indoctrination, and it is an indoctrination. Remember that word, people. It's an indoctrination, runs very deep. It has for this lady, it has for a lot of people. It took me over a decade to deconstruct, to untangle all the indoctrination that happened to me. Took over a decade. And I still fell for an MLM. I was in the deconstructing phase, and I was deprogramming myself. And then I fell for, because I was still in that phase and not quite there yet, not where I am right now, Enagic got me. And in the end, after that all collapsed, and it wasn't just me, it was the whole system I was part of that collapsed. It was prime time for me to really ramp it up. And it took me another 2 to 3 years to undo the indoctrination. And I was basically watching anti-MLM content nearly daily, like not every day, but nearly. It felt like it. Like I remember I went, no, for me to really do this, I have to go hard. Because remember, I'm autistic. My brain ain't wired the normal way. And I had to undo so much. Anyway, so yeah, she's tying her identity and self-worth to staying in this industry. Oh my God. She's hooked into the system, and she's hooked as in like a drug. She is. And this is the thing. They get hooked also to this. They get hooked to the roller coaster ride too. So it's not just getting hooked to the highs that this system and these business models do for these people, but it also gets them hooked into the roller coaster ride, because this is normal. This is normal. So yeah, no matter what, her identity and self-worth are intricately tied into this. And this is how the scam replicates itself even after. This is how the scam replicates it even after she's left. So anyway, couple of points before we move on to this and what she's done in the new company, and a little bit of intro about it is point 1. MLMs destroy critical thinking. They destroy it like everything. They want you to be coachable. See how many times you can see anyone out there saying you must be coachable. They want you to not think, not critically think, not do your research. No. Bad. Don't think. Listen to me. So they destroy critical thinking. They intertwine and they enmesh, like it's a whole little thing. Personal growth and corporate loyalty. Like seriously, personal growth and corporate loyalty. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm going there. That's pretty much they make love to each other. They entwine so badly. So much. And they push people like this lady, like Chanel. They push all of these people to rebuild their financial lives on the ruins of false promises. Again and again and again, because there's so many people out there that they've jumped like me. I was involved in multiple MLMs. Look, Amway and Herbalife and stuff are still around, but there was a few that are not now. And this has happened over and over again. Last year, I can name off the top of my head, Bodhi, aka Beachbody. That's a big one. Roden and Fields, Saint. That's just 3 off the top of my head. There's others. There's many others. There's others this year. And even Modere, she's an ex-Modere. Even Modere is doing this whole, what the hell, we shut shop, but now we're not. We are, but we're not. But we are, but we're not. And they can't even make up their own bloody minds. Yeah. Do not buy MLM products. No. New. And please, no. So look, I will close on this before we move on. Chanel and all the others like her are not the villain, except for those in the 1%ers. I call them the 1%ers. You get that high up, or even the 5%ers. You get that high up, you cannot tell me you do not know certain things by then. So many stories have been shared. Top 5%, especially top 1%. You are no longer a victim. But yeah, Chanel is definitely a victim, but she's also responsible. And this is where they call us haters, because we're holding them to account, holding all of them to account for choosing whether to stay in the cycle or get out. This is abuse. This is abusive. It takes effort. Yes, I understand. I have lots of compassion for it takes a lot to get out of that. But if you can, reach out to any anti-MLM creator. We are actually very compassionate people. I know for myself, we've got MLM Scam Survivors Support Australia Facebook group. Look it up. Link below, of course, for you to join if you need support or just anything, or just want to be in community with other people trying to deconstruct and everything like that, and just any sort of issues you have about it. We are very compassionate people because we understand it's like an abusive relationship. It's toxic. So, all right, let's move on now. Chanel has partnered up with partner.co. All righty, I'm going to go over a little bit of, before we go into Chanel and everything, we're going to go a little bit into partner.co. Okay. I don't have something for that. But you'll have to, if you want to go to my Instagram, you will definitely see I have put something up on my Instagram. I'll put the link below where I'll do something in regards to like just what is partner.co and all the things, but it is from an anti-MLM angle. I will say that just so anyway, got my notes here. What is partner.co? It's literally partner.co. Partner.co is a rebranded, so many times this happens, rebranded MLM launched in 2023. Yep, another one. Launched in 2023. It's not new. It's a strategic mashup of 2 failed MLMs. I'll repeat, it's a strategic mashup of 2 failed MLMs. Morinda, also known as Tahiti Noni, New Age, formerly known as ARIX, so ARIIX. These two companies merged, struggled financially, and eventually collapsed under the weight of lawsuits, debt, and mismanagement. Out of that wreckage, Partner.co was born. And you're telling me this is so good. You're telling me Chanel, red flags. I really need a red flag. Red flag. Anyway, so who's behind it? The CEO is Darren Zubrist. I don't know how to say. Former Wall Street finance guy, now pitching MLM as entrepreneurship. Oh. John Wadsworth, Chief Brand Partner Officer, co-founder of Morinda, one of the oldest MLMs in the wellness space. So essentially, I've made notes. So essentially, the same people who built and benefit from failing MLMs are now repackaging it as something new and aligned. Oh my God. All right. What do they sell? Partner.co sells skinny drops. So they're called skinny drops, metabolism boosters, collagen and weight loss products. Hence the reason Chanel went with them, because in the original live of Chanel's, yeah, she definitely mentioned she wanted to partner up with someone that does collagen. She absolutely loves it, blah, blah, blah. Gut health supplements. Again, something familiar that Chanel's peddled. Noni juice. Yes, still. Yep, they're still peddling it. And a wide range of biohacking and wellness blends. The vibe is, oh, I love this. The vibe is woo meets wellness meets MLM. But the core model is still the same. Recruitment is required to make real money. Okay. So a little bit more about Partner.co. Is the truth behind the hype. It's a commission-based pyramid. The more people you recruit, the more you earn. Same as every other MLM. It's the reason why it's called multi-level marketing. These people are not affiliates. If they use the word affiliate, they're not affiliate, because if they have to recruit people in, if there's any, okay, we're about to come up to it. No. Products are expensive. Reps often become the real customers. That is definitely true. And income disclosures, when shared, typically show that most people earn little or nothing. Guess what? Partner.co, it's been a business since 2003, doesn't have an income disclosure statement. That's a red flag. Red flag. Why it's a red flag when people jump to Partner.co? I made a whole thing. It's in my notes. This is in my notes. It shows they haven't done the work to deprogram from MLM thinking. I've said this again. I'll say it again. And I'll say it again. They're chasing the same dream that just burned them. So Chanel here and all the others like her are chasing the same dream that just burned them. It just gave them trauma. Hoping this time it'll be different. It won't be. And often, people like Chanel, especially anyone higher up, 5%ers and above, bring their old teams and customers with them, continuing the cycle of exploitation, even if they genuinely believe they're helping. Believe me, they do. This is the biggest thing they have to unravel in the indoctrination, is these people genuinely believe they're helping. They genuinely, with their full heart and soul and chest and everything in them, believe they're helping, but they're not. This is exploitative. It's an unpaid sales force. They're doing so much unpaid labor, because they don't get paid. It's commission-based. They don't get paid until they make a sale with the products, or they recruit someone and then that person and the whole cycle and everything. All right. We're going to go into a bit of, we're going to remove that and we're going to add something else with Chanel's. Chanel, come to the stage.
Sleeping. We are off to Kingaroy for Dance Comp Weekend, but I just wanted to come in here quickly because I have got a flash sale happening for the next 48 hours. So you want to jump onto this, get these amazing products 15% off. I have been on them now for 2 days. My appetite has decreased, not hungry, sleeping. Oh my goodness, sleeping amazing. So these are really going to work on your hormones, your cortisol levels, help you with your.
Yeah, I just had to stop. But hang on, we'll just keep going with that. I am adding other things because I want to show this, but we'll add this back to the stage.
So send me a message so you too can get 15% off.
So there's that. And now we will return back to the okay. So first of all, we're cutting this down. There's manipulative health claims in this. There's not just this one. I am going to add something else. I'm going to add another image that is all part of this. It's ridiculous. And one last image besides her flash sale. We just heard about her flash sale. So as you can see, Chanel is totally bought in on this. 1% bought in and just started with it all. So yeah. All right. First of all, this. We're going to go with this back to this one because they are manipulative health claiming, suggesting the drops help with cortisol belly misleads people with real medical issues. Cortisol belly is not, remember this, is not a medically recognized condition in the way it's described here. And also, yeah. It is often used in pseudoscientific wellness marketing to trigger shame around body shape. Remember that. It's meant to trigger some shame around body shape. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a perimenopause, I keep saying perimenopausal in my intros for a reason. I understand the fucking thing about bodies changing. I had it for years. It's taken me a long time to like this body. There's still things I don't, and it gets to me, and I have triggers around. However, this I really, really dislike how these MLMs actively encourage the reps to create body shame. We deal with enough as women all our fucking lives, and then perimenopause hits, and even you can tell it's a thing for me. You can tell it's a thing. There's false promises, and we'll add this one to remember here and here. Go back. False promises and pseudoscience. Need science. Science. Are you in the room? No, you're not. Hello, can you come back? Claims like lose weight 2 times faster, crush cravings, fire up your metabolism are unverified, and likely non-compliant with the TGA or FDA regulations, because this company is international. And I just, in my research, found out they had a friggin' office. They have an office in Brisbane, where I reside. I'm like, no. It feeds the illusion of control that you can fix your body with a single product instead of addressing complex systematic factors. Holy crow, yeah. Especially as an older woman, especially if you're perimenopausal or menopausal, there's so much going on. So much. This is not the way. The illusion of control. My little notes. The illusion of control that you can fix your body with a single product instead of addressing complex systematic factors. Anyway, predatory optimism. Look at that. And like if you saw the whole reel and everything, it's very, yeah. It plays on hope and desperation, particularly common among women dealing with perimenopause. trauma recovery, or chronic health conditions. This exact type of marketing targets people in distress, especially those who have already been failed by diet and medicine. Well, diet culture and medicine. Yeah. Oh my God. Yep. I agree with my own notes. Glad I put that note there. This exact type of marketing targets people in distress, especially those who have already been failed by diet culture and medicine, aka big pharma. They love big pharma. Let's add this to the stage. Okay. Let's have a look at her little post here. Yes. The team is growing like crazy. Can you read this? I really hope you can read it. But the team is growing like crazy. It's all love, support, curiosity, free sign up till Tuesday, no pressure, just flow. All that sort of stuff. Yeah. Textbook MLM rhetoric. 1. Trauma bonding disguised as sisterhood. Trauma bonding disguised as sisterhood. Urgency and exclusivity to rush people in before they can think clearly, constantly. No pressure, quotation marks, big quotation marks around the no pressure, actually means pressure disguised as empowerment. All right, the soul, now looking there, soul aligned product language. She gets in there, it says in there, okay, where is it? The simple, natural goodness, aligned, easy, effective stuff. I made a note. And the product's straight up brilliant, thoroughly crafted with just 2 or 3 powerhouse ingredients. No, just simple, natural goodness that actually fits your lifestyle. It's wellness the way you should be, aligned, easy, and oh so effective. Okay, yeah. All right. This frames the product as spiritually and morally superior, which makes it harder for people to question it without feeling like they're being negative or not in the flow. Lots of MLMs do this. You'll see it in lots of marketing. Hides the underlying exploitative business model all the time. They do this all the time. And by the way, disguised recruitment. She's not just selling drops, she's building a downline. Can we remember? She's built, or at least try to rebuild a downline. Not just customers. No. Customers are just people she hasn't recruited yet. Honestly. The feel-good captions are designed to recruit vulnerable women, mostly women, who crave connection and meaning, especially in the wake of crisis, like Modere closing. There'll be a whole heap of people that would have been under her, like she said in her first video, oh, I've got to look, I'm looking out for you, and all that sort of stuff. All righty. We're going to go to this one. Just have a look, see. The skinny drops helped her lose more weight than she now weighs. Excuse me. Red flag. Red flag for promoting extreme weight loss as aspirational. Red flag. Disordered eating. And before and after tactics that trigger shame and comparison. Wow. Yeah. This is totally ethical, and I really want to get on board with this. And then, of course, the funnel tactic. Drop a heart to get your hands on these drops. This is just plain bait, not genuine community. Remember this, not genuine community. She's looking to hook, she's throwing wheels out and trying to hook you in. Whatever sort of story thing you want to create. She's building a pipeline of leads under the guides of inspiration. This is not. And once again, back to here. Why the quick move to partner.co is very, very concerning. There's no reflection and no accountability. None. She claims to be devastated after Modere's collapse, but pivots instantly without unpacking what went wrong. No. This shows she hasn't questioned the MLM system, not the industry, the system. Just swap products and uplines. Pretty much. Partner.co is run by ex-Morinda and New Age executives. It's a rebrand strategy by known MLM execs. Do I need to remind you? They failed. The cycle repeats on using emotional manipulation, health claims, and spiritual bypassing to bring in new recruits. And then, last but not least, MLM survivors deserve better. This one, I put this in here for a reason. MLM Scam Survivors Support Australia. You can find it in Facebook. It's a Facebook group. Come join us because you are a victim. You are a victim. But now, she's, instead of understanding she's a victim and seeking the support and help and everything that she needs, she's continued to be a perpetrator of harm. All of them do. And unless she reckons with that, she's going to pull others into the same trap. Anyway, that's me. That's everything I've got to say about this. So if you found this video stirred something in you, maybe you're in an MLM right now, maybe you've just left, or maybe you're starting to question it all. I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not. I've been there, and there is life after MLM, a better one with no scripts, no shame, no chasing ranks. If you found this helpful, give it a like, and share it with someone who you might need to hear it. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you want more unfiltered real-time anti-MLM content or just a space to feel seen, come hang out with me on Instagram. Yes, I know. I'm learning my outro. Of course, I'm Pink Minuich over there. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate you who's watching. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Really do. Please do. I've got my tea nearby to make sure I'm hydrated. Big thing. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one.